Cheers, YouTube. It's been a minute, and it's been a couple of hours as well, but here we go. So, I was taking a shower, and I was at the bar with the homeboy of mine, and we're just talking about, we're catching up on life. We're talking about politics. We're talking about the world back in the day, bro, the 90s, bro. We're just chatting it up, right? With my cuz, my homeboy. And we just start talking about politics and every 4 years in America, bro, and talking about the Biden administration and Trump and all this bullshit, right? All this bullshit. Because at the end of the day, that's all it fucking is. It's bullshit. Um, I don't vote, so when it comes to the presidency, at least, I vote within my state and for people around my city and around my counties, and yeah, I support what I can see and what I can control. But the every 4 years club is something that's out of my reach. It's something that's a lost cause, so to speak. But but anyway, so we're just talking and we're chopping it up, whatever the fuck. And I get home, I'm taking a shower, and I'm just thinking about bullshit, and it just kind of dawns on me, not that it's like something that just happened overnight or whatever the fuck, but it's like we're talking about, with my homeboy there at the bar, we're talking about, the Biden administration and open borders, and it's like, why would that be something that would just be openly, no pun intended, openly open borders? Why would that be? That's just something that's just like accepted, or something that's like normal, or the right thing to do, or well, I mean, when you're speaking about politicians, there is no right thing to do, but because they all have their own hidden agendas and their own secret bullshit, whatever the fuck, right? And I'm just like, so I get home, I'm taking a shower, and back to Biden's open border policies, and where we're at now in 2026 with ICE and all this bullshit. It's like, well, it's because of this that now that is happening. And it's amazing to me, it's amusing to me how, as human beings, we always want to place the blame on one motherfucker, right? Like, they want to brainwash you and pigeonhole your consciousness into saying and thinking that, oh, well, all of this that's going around, 2020, 2024, open border, it's all Biden's fault. It's all just his fault. It's his fault. It's just one person's fault. MAGA, maggots, all these crazy lunatic, fucktarded motherfuckers. Granted, there's sane people and there's insane people on both sides of the spectrum. So that just because you're team blue, team red, just because you're a donkey, you're an elephant, it don't make you better than any other motherfucker until your own, individualistic intentions and your soul is put, under the microscope. You're not good or bad just because you subscribe to a fucking club by default. Until you start speaking your mind and speaking your intentions, that your true colors will be put forth into the light. But it's amazing to me, it's amusing to me how, as human beings, and especially in America, in this American culture, it's like we want to just point the blame, and it's always just one person's fault. It's all Biden's fault. It's all Trump's fault. It's all Obama's fault. It's all George W. Bush's fault. And it's like, once your mind is compromised and you're convinced that there's just one fucking clown running the entire fucking circus, then, my friend, you're already bought into the system. They got you where they want you, hook, line, and sinker, because you're no longer an independent thinker, and you're riding the waves of their bullshit. You're riding the waves of their bullshit, right? And it's just the music, that little aspect. I'm going on a side tangent, but that aspect of human nature, especially in American culture, has always been amusing to me. How we just want to place the blame on just one person, like it's just one person's fault. It's all Trump's fault. It's all Biden's fault. When, granted, I don't know, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, but cause there's a big old round table. There's a big old table. No phones, no cameras, no nothing. And they all have their discussions. And we never gonna know what the fuck they're talking about. And then they get one dumb motherfucker. Okay, you're gonna go in front of CNN, you're gonna go in front of Fox News, and you're gonna say this, and that. And they all come to an agreement, and that's what it is. It's like the old ancient, it's like the mob. It's like the old mob in New York and the mobsters, and it's like the main motherfuckers on top. They don't want to be on that spotlight. They're in the shadows. They send their goons and their fucking microphone monkeys to go talk to the masses, but the main motherfuckers in charge of all the shit and pulling all the strings, those motherfuckers don't want to be seen, fam. They don't. They don't want to be seen. They don't. And anyway, going back to this whole video is about illegal immigration. I want to wrap this up quick, but I can't because I like to suck dick. But anyway, I've been listening to a lot of rap, so I'm like, my words are just like coming out in snaps and raps and claps and claps and clap. But anyway, the Biden era, illegal immigration, and now where we're at now, it's like, it's because of the ICE horseshit that's happening now. It's because of those laws that were regulated in 2020 through 2024, open border policies. Oh yeah, come on in. If you're from Brazil, you're from South America, you're from Africa, you're from fucking Australia, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Wrong. And here we go. And the top population, and the birth rates are declining, right? On a global scale. Japan, China, America. People in 2026 going forward, the young bucks, Gen Zs, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they're having less and less children, right? They feel less and less inclined to have kids because in this modern society where everything's so fucking goddamn expensive, people think, shit, I can barely take care of myself. I can barely pay rent a month to sustain my fucking apartment and do this. I don't even have a car. I gotta, I can barely get by myself with, living on, fucking scraps and fucking dirt. How the fuck am I gonna bring a child into this world when I can barely take care of my goddamn self because everything's so goddamn expensive with goddamn inflation? That's the real mentality. That's what's really going on in the minds of these young bucks. I mean, that's what's really going on. The reality of the situation. You strip away social media, you strip away all this bullshit, you strip away all these layers of unimportant distractions in the minds of the masses. And that's what it really comes down to. It's like you got these young motherfuckers, these young bucks thinking, shit, I can barely take care of myself. I can barely put a roof over my own fucking head. What the fuck am I going to do bringing in a child into this fucking world but I can barely take care of my goddamn motherfucking self? That's what's really going on. But politicians and all this shit, they're not going to paint that picture, of course. But since Americans aren't having kids of their own, back to the open border policies, it all dawned on me why they would do that. Why would they do this? Growing up, when I was growing up, it was a zero tolerance thing, bro. Like if you were to step foot on this soil, on American soil, like you needed to do this shit by the books. If not, you ass is an illegal fucking alien, and you're going back to wherever the fuck you came from, no questions asked. In the 90s and shit. But now there's all these rules and poor me and bend the rules and all this shit. But I came to this epiphany after being at the bar with my homeboy and just taking a shower. I was like, you know why they would do this? Because I know that it's all about profits, right? If the expressway, if the highway's full, and the Walmarts are full, and people are in line waiting to eat their McDonald's and their Burger Kings, and the gas pumps are full, and the expressway's full, and people are pumping gas, and the economy's moving, Do you think these motherfuckers in power really give a fuck if you're illegal or an illegal alien or a citizen or whatever the fuck? At the end of the day, they don't give a shit if you're legal or illegal, as long as you're waking up, filling up your gas tank, stopping by to eat your fucking McGriddles, and you're fucking stopping at Walmart and buy your groceries. Capitalism don't give a fuck if you're legal or not. Capitalism cares about the money, and the more people there is, the more money there is. Obviously, it's basic economics, right? So it's like, since Americans aren't having kids of their own, since Americans aren't having kids of their own, and the human population and birth rates are declining, we need people on the other side of the planet to do the breeding and spread the seeding for us. That's why illegal immigration is painted as something that's perfectly legal. Because if American citizens themselves ain't breeding and having children and increasing the population, and the birth rates are declining, well, since these Americans and these young bucks ain't fucking, well, now we gotta bring in people from all over the fucking world, and it doesn't matter where they're from. Just bring them over here. We'll spread them out like fucking cheese on a fucking nacho platter, and we'll figure it out later. But we just need them here, and we need them here now, because these people ain't breeding. These American young bucks ain't having kids. They ain't spreading the seed. They ain't contributing to the growth of the human population. So, since the birth rates are declining, and less people feel inclined to have fucking kids with this fucking crazy ass motherfucking inflation, what else is there to do than just open the fucking floodgates and let motherfuckers from all over the world come onto this motherfucking soil? And it don't matter. We'll figure it out later. It doesn't matter. But at least now they're here and they're waking up, because the motherfucker got to eat to survive. If you don't eat, you die. So as long as they're pumping gas and they're filling up their gas tanks Monday through Friday, and the expressway's full of traffic going this way, traffic going that way, these motherfuckers on the upper echelons of society that control all this shit, this capitalistic fucking capitalism cocksucking country that it's fucking evolved into, they don't give a fuck if you're legal or illegal or not. They don't give a fuck. That's the last thing on their fucking mind. They just want you to line their fucking pocketbooks, fill up those fucking gas tanks, and just keep on pumping money into the economy, because these young bucks nowadays, they just feel less and less inclined to have kids, and keep keep the game going, keep the wheels nice and greasy. We don't want them to be squeaky. We need consumers. We need blind consumerism to keep the game rolling. We got to keep the game rolling. And if these kids aren't fucking, we're going to do the fucking for them, and we're going to bring motherfuckers from all over the fucking world and just dump them on this motherfucking soil. And you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later, because right now, we don't give a fuck.